Welcome back. In the previous part, we went to Mr. Natsume's room and spoke to one Herlock Sholmes. And he pointed us back towards the old man upstairs, Mr. Garrideb. So let's go speak to him. 19th of February. Mr. Garrideb's room. Ah, you pair again. Tell me, was the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard at work down there? Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Ah, yes, rings a vague bell. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there. Jolly good show. Have a cup of tea, if you please, Joan. Now then, why don't you tell me? Oh, bloody hell! For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch what you bally well doing? I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir. Yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave if you'd be so kind. Oh, yes, of course. We are deeply grateful for all of your assistance. Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrideb is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. I mean, I saw him pop in. What's he doing at the bloody window? What's he doing over there? Mr. Sholmes? Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious. When did you sneak in here? Herlock Sholmes, at your service. Whatever were you doing over by the window? I am given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. Well, keeping an eye to the one's windows at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. Ah, and one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, me? I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. Wait, he's not talking about... Is he... I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. Do you mean Mr. Sholmes? There is a mighty secret in this modest room. Yeah, over there in the corner. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. It's over there in the corner. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo? I think so. There's just time enough for one of my great admired great deductions. Let's conclude the matter before dark. Yes, be quite cold, quite cold. Mr. Garrideb, though it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate. I'm afraid, sir, that is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I've been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon. The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. Yeah? Bloody hell are you on about? And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you've lost something very dear to you. Mr. Naruhodo, look. Your man's broken out in a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Sholmes' conclusions are both spot on. How could you possibly, How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. I mean, it could be simpler. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts. But And I know only too well that the wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Alright, here we go. The Great Deduction. Game is afoot. Nature of the beast. So let's do with the lion then. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Nothing is that simple. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might the beast take? Look towards the lion. Or the medal, maybe. For a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Iron. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrideb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by the lion's statue. I don't think it is. Yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts. What is this piffle, I ask you? In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. This is not... no. What? Yet living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well... Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam. Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is? Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Ah. Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garrideb, at Batty's Circus, a travelling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. This time of year, you sold the savage lion, sir, in the circus to the circus troupe. But this time of year, you won't have a circus this time of year. It's too cold. I most certainly did not. I believe I have made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. I think you're very wrong on that. A rampaging Asiatic lion. Topic 2, Aftermath. Now, Mr. Garrideb, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. It's not that simple. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by its supporting arm. No. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man, I simply... But what, we must now ask ourselves, is the true cause of this pain? And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. Cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Well, tea is understandable. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on your financial circumstances of your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Woolen? Oh my. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? Where are you looking? I want to look around. This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wondering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. No. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman? If they have no bread, let them eat cake. Yeah, that went down well, didn't it? Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There's only one logical conclusion. Working to a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. What? The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. What kind of lion did you see in India? Carpet gnawed on by the starving lion. Thus concludes Herlock Sholme's great deduction of this beastly puzzle. I mean, mate, you're so wrong. Yep, that's the correct face. Oh, bloody hell! What's the matter with you, Joan? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrideb. I'm afraid I didn't notice. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. Stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times, too. Oh. Mr. Sholme, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation? Why, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it, again? Well, your deductions just now, do you really think a lion could fit inside a room this size? Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well? Yeah. But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, there'd be more than just a bite mark in a carpet. Surely Mr. Garrideb and his maid would have been hurt or worse. Ah, that's why you are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon. But you said that they sold the lion to the circus. And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I have ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. Well, we shall see. Ah, my dear Miss Susato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. It makes me giggle. I mean, this is the thing, when Sarah came across, all she wanted was tea. Might be true. Oh, what a glorious notion. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again. I had a feeling that was coming. Slight massage, that's all Mr. Sholme's deductions need. You can do it. Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. We don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, covering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least, that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning of Herlock Sholme's Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes! The gods! It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see. But a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might the beast take? See, here, it's sort of like, okay... From a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Aye. A furtive glance, Mr. Garrideb leads us directly to the answer. No. True nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion's statue. No. I really didn't see the lion thing coming. No, but if you observe Mr. Garrideb's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room. Yes, something with a very fierce nature. But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India. So what was it then? We must follow Mr. Garrideb's gaze. That will lead us to the true answer. Right, so where can we see his gaze? Ah. So it's behind it. So it's whatever this is, but it's like I want to... It's that sort of thing like I want this chance to like maybe look somewhere else. I can't get anywhere, it's the lion is it, so it's the picture frame behind it, clearly. It's clearly the maid as well. What's this photograph? It appears to be from Mr. Garrideb's wedding. Looks very happy, doesn't he? He does, but can't make out his bride. Oh, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face. I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply there. Is there anything else here? Mr. Garrideb himself is like, no. It's gonna be the newlywed bride out of this. True nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed to be that lion's statue, the newlywed bride. So was the person who was nearly killed the newlywed bride and not the maid?
Take that!
The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this framed print pictures your wife, Mr. Garrideb. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, take it out of the frame. You can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Oh, I'm not... Indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Honored might be stretching a point. Too late. The fact remains that the beast, which so clearly savaged this room, was your wife, Mr. Garrideb. Wait a minute, did he have a slap mark on his face? The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well... Like, we didn't see that side. I just saw like a red mark on his face. On the right-hand side of his face, and he's always facing that way. We need to get a look there. Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam. Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me, with one glance in your direction. It is? Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue to the beast's current whereabouts. Poor fragile defenseless woman is beside herself. Well, I don't know about fragile. Oh dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right, and there's no sign of a Mrs. Garrideb anywhere. It seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Garrideb's wife could be. Right, okay. Let's get a look at his face. See there, clearly a slap mark right across his face, isn't there? Still can't get a good look at what's behind that thing over there. Any interesting marking her hair? I'll also try and see if we can get a good look at that ring of his. Is that a moon? Looks like it's a moon. I just want to move the camera in the right direction. It's so difficult. Like, yeah, clearly a slap mark right on his face. Right, what we got here? Made. Just made. Teapot. Sun and moon. It's gonna be that.
Take that!
Here's his wife. Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Ah. Indeed it does. That flowering band gleaming on your finger gives you away. Which is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Garrideb's bride in this photographic print. Oh, I hadn't considered that. I was just thinking sun and moon because of the rings. In other words, you are no ordinary household maid. No. You are Mr. Garrideb's lucky bride. You are Miss Garrideb herself. Oh my word. Makes sense. Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmise, this is the wife, yes, Miss Joan? My Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say. But she was a baldy corkerback and bloody hell. It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you're a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? So they're just keeping up appearances. That's a reference to British people. It's not right, I tell you. I'm a second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid at his employ. Yes, here in London, one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though, in my considerable opinion, such concerns about appearances are a folly. Literally. You mean Mr. Garrideb has his wife work as his maid? Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Garrideb? Only in company, obviously, but listen here. This must remain a secret. Tip-top secret. Please. The raging wife of Mr. Garrideb. Solved. But yes. What else is going on in this room? That's the question. Now, Mr. Garrideb. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Yes, quite of course. Indeed, that pose should the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel revealed by that supporting arm. Note the slap. It's the slap. Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Garrideb's wife a beast. Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable. Miss Garrideb is standing right beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he? Oh, how true. So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head, some of a significance then. Wait to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrideb's pain is tangible though. What could that pose of his really signify? The slap. He got a right old slap, didn't he? There we go.
Take that!
Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade was you, Madame Joan Garrideb. Well, yes. That's why she kept slapping her cheek. It was a clue. You have been desperate to hide that slap mark on your cheek, sir. Ah. Oh, the blazes. How did you work that out, man? Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your oversight from view. Well, Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why are you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Garrideb to fly into a rage. And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. No. Didn't Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for lion fodder? Yes, but now we've established that the lion never existed. Which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Garrideb's wife. No, Mr. Naruto. She's a person, not a thing. Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap round the face. Not so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact. Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder? I'd love to know the answer to that question. Okay, so if it's not that, it's going to be something like... It's whatever this blue thing is. But it's like... Oh, I was going to say I can't... Oh, hello. Hello. What's with the plates? Oh dear, this plate has been smashed to pieces. Nobody seems inclined to tidy up the mess. Perhaps it's some sort of high art. Really, Mr. Naruto? Well, anyone who has a cannon on display in their living room is clearly a little... eccentric. Yes, let's call it eccentricity. Oh my, it's clearly like... She got quite angry because of this message here.
Take that!
What causes the most pain to any man? The answer, of course, is dropping your bookmark and losing your place in the book you're reading. Oh, I was meant to inspect it. Or worse, dropping someone else's bookmark and getting a slap for it. What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion? Oh, well, it's supposed to be a logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show. This is my show, Mr. Naruto. Kindly perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage. Oh, sorry. Alright, we need to zoom in on it. We already know what the cause of Mr. Garrideb's pain is, of course, don't we? A slap across the cheek, which left a bright red mark. Mr. Garrideb and his wife seem to share a very deep and loving bond. Perhaps, but it's said that the stronger people's feelings are, the more fiercely they react to betrayal. You seem to know a lot about the ways of the heart, Mr. Naruto. I read it in a popular novel that I borrowed from Kazuma. So we're looking for a reason why Mrs. Garrideb would have felt betrayed by her husband then. I was close, it's just I've got to zoom in on it, haven't I? Ah, someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here, look. Mr. Garrideb is clearly an avid reader. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark. Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. And look next to the signature here. Bookmarks made with lipstick. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture. Don't get any ideas, Suzuto-san. Oh dear. I'm sorry. This bookmark is actually a love note then. Ah, there we go. That's the bit we needed. That change, wasn't it?
Take that!
Yes. It's this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender... Oh, God, she's furious. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here. Oh, bloody hell. But I don't know the bollock woman. You don't know her? The note wasn't written to me. It's just in the book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say? That's right. That's what I mean. Bloody hell! A likely story. Now listen here, Joan, old thing. I explained at the time. I bought the book at the second-hand place, and the note must already have been in there. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? That's right, that's what I've been doing. I don't bite it. A likely story. For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written James. My name, in case you've forgotten, is John. What the hell? A likely story. Are you questioning my name now? Dear, oh dear. And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart and unleash a beast of a most ferocious bite. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. I don't think she took a bite out of it, mate. And there's a burnt book there, look. Very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a small fire. Oh dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wondering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, you'd only look at the Tower of Cakes. It's the candelab? Is that what it's called? I think that's it. Or is that more? The candle thingy. But surely Mr. Garrideb didn't eat the carpet? No, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt. The state of disarray that this room is in is a result of her wild temper, Mrs. No, that's true. So this is the last part of Mr. Schlome's deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mr. Garrideb's gaze. I keep saying Mr. I think it's because I'm stuck with Garrideb in my name in my head as his name is stuck. Mrs. Garrideb's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer. Alright, let's see what we can see. Yes. Alright, let's see what we can see while we're here. So it is like... down there's that book. The carpet. It's like... The carpet here has been ripped to shreds. Yes, according to Mr. Schlome's deduction. The tears match those made by an Indian lion's teeth exactly. It doesn't... Oh, look here. What is it? Look closely at the edge, you can see scorch marks. Yes, you can. In that case, perhaps the carpet wasn't eaten in the normal sense at all. Let's rethink this with that in mind. Let's go over to the candlestick. This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it? Base looks too small, surely it's very unstable. Looks to me like even the slightest knock would make it topple over. Oh dear, that would be dangerous. Wait, take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing. Yes, I didn't notice that before. Why is that, I wonder? Why is one candle of the three missing from the holder? Because it's down there. Like... Okay, they're going through the same thing again. Okay, I'm not gonna do that then. We'll go with the candlestick.
Take that!
Just gotta think where she's looking, you know. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack, which the carpet was devoured, are clearly visible. Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation at a domestic. This is Garrideb's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused a candle to fall from the holder. In seconds, the carpet was alight, and the whole corner of the room in flames. Yes, The most ferocious beast in the world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. The fire rises. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion here. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. My God, he got up. Mr. Sholmes, sir. I salute you. What's with your eyes? Where are you going? Wait, what? Well, alright then. Carpet scorched by a small fire. Solve it. Elementary. Quite.